Blessings sent from above, grown with care and love. Blessings sent from above, grown with care and love.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Growing with Donnie. I know it has been a minute since I have shown you guys what's going on outside. Truth be told, work and everything has just been absolutely insane, and I have just not had the energy to be outside the way that I need to. Even checking in on the Arrow Gardens has been quite the task, like staying on top of hand pollinating and all that jazz. But I wanted to come through with sort of like, I guess, an honesty post to show you guys, what's going on in my garden currently. And then, maybe talk to you about some areas where I can see that I will need to improve on some things, whether that be fertilizing or simply pruning, adjusting for light, whatever. So let me just show you guys. I'm going to do a quick little scan through everything just so you can see what's going on, right? So I do still have some beet babies over here, which now might actually have a home. They're starting to sort of die off because, again, I haven't been out here. They're blocked by this, so they're not getting the best light, and I haven't been watering it since I haven't been out here. Here is my second lamb's ear. I need to kind of take a stroll through the neighborhood and see how the lamb's ear that are around are doing, because it's kind of confusing, right? Like, it's still putting out flowers and new growth, but at the same time, a lot of these leaves are dying. And the same thing is happening with this one. This one, though, could be a case of I was going to say being overwatered, but I don't know if that's it after touching the soil. It's been raining almost every day for about 3 weeks straight here in Seattle now. So that could pose an issue for a lot of my plants growing here in my garden. So here is my late marigold. She's still opening up. They're not very big flowers, as you can see, not very big, but that's okay. I still appreciate the color that she's bringing to my garden. As you can see, my flower heads are not really like drying the way that they normally would, so that I can save seed. I do think I already saved a few from this particular plant when it was doing well. So hopefully we're okay and all set in that. But that's those two. My hyssop and lovage are doing okay. I still just need to honestly prune this back. I haven't done the research that I need to do on that one to the hyssop. In order to know how I should cut it back and all that. I definitely missed the window for collecting all the yummy flowers and things like that I would need to make any sort of medicinal tincture or salve or anything like that, but it's totally okay. I'm going to, like I said, prune it back eventually so that it can overwinter, and next year, where I know where the flowers came from and I know how the flowers were grown, then I will collect from it. So this sad tub once lived Napa cabbage babies as well as some carrots. Now, I have not been able to find what's living in here because as you can see, it picked my food clean, and it's really odd because the container right next to it right, is flourishing. So usually I'm real quick to blame the birds because I do have a sparrow problem around here. But it wasn't this bad at first. And then I came out like another day or two later and there's nothing left. So these were carrots once upon a time. I doubt that they'll be able to continue to grow because there's no foliage left to photosynthesize with. Yeah, and they ate all of my cabbage seedlings. So potentially I'll put the beets in here, but I need to figure out who's living there before I do that. So then I have some broccoli babies over here. I don't really know. You guys tell me, like, do you think I'll be able to get a broccoli if they're still this young looking at this point? I don't really know. Like when do they start to form a head? Can they still grow over the winter and then in the spring maybe I would have a head? I don't know. Either way, I tried. It's okay. I know I sowed a lot of things late. Carrots. Then I've got some beets here, some turnips here. I did grow these from seed, and they're doing okay. I don't know who this is. I'm just going to take her out because it's very leggy anyway. Here is my Anaheim Pepper. Still kicking it. As you guys can see, I still have peppers all over it, and I'll be honest, I came and took a whole bunch of peppers off of it. I thought I kind of got all of them, but clearly I did not. So, like, look at that. I should probably take what's left off of here just because we have been getting so much rain. I don't want to lose the potential of actually eating them. Yeah, this container is not super wet, but it's not really at a point where I feel like it needs to be watered either. I may do a light watering just so that I can fertilize. Okay, over here I have my sweet little lavender plant. Beets, more beets, rosemary, all tend to be doing pretty well right now, which is exciting. I'm really excited for the rosemary and lavender next year. Here is my lemongrass. My chives, which looked really healthy when I bought them, but now look because of neglect. So we'll see. I'll probably come and give them a haircut. Just straight across and then see if they kind of revive themselves. I did give my spearmint a haircut, and it actually looks like it kind of woke it up a little bit. Like it grew a bunch since then. Don't know if that's true, but I dried it and I'm excited to come out and get a little bit more potentially before our first frost. Here is my sage. This is the tricolor sage. I'm not positive that this is gonna live through the winter, but I may try and cover it and see how it does. Here is my endive. Can you guys see that? Here's my endive container. There are 4 plants in here. Yeah, so definitely going to come out here and give these a haircut as well. Kind of like the same effect as if you're gonna regrow them and you chop it off at the butt and then you replant it and see if they continue to grow. We'll see. If they don't, it's totally fine. I still harvested a bunch of endive. And then here are my regrowing green onions. I have like 4 of them. One here, one there, and another there. So this container has turnips in it. Let's take this leaf off. It's got powdery mildew. Oh, there are several with it. So I might need to just ditch what's going on in this container because I don't want the mildew to spread to any of my other greens. Like I said, it's been really tough lately because it's been raining so much here. So, you know, even if I were super attentive and coming out here every day, there's not a lot, you know, that I could have really be doing to prevent the powdery mildew. So here are my collards. These are Georgia collards. I've got some red giant mustards that are still growing. I've got even some little babies that are newly germinated. This is my callaloo, which is still going to seed, I assume is what this is. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm just keeping it here because I like how it looks. I'll be honest. And I also sowed some peas around it. I think I did 4, but so far I'm only seeing 2 that have germinated. So we'll see if they'll climb it. I don't know if they will or not. Portuguese kale over here in the back. Echinacea. I also sowed some peas near my habanero pepper. These look like lettuce, but I'll be honest, I don't remember sowing those. And they're like all over this container in the most random places. So I also feel like potentially what happened is the rain has moved all the seeds that I planted, at least the ones that are closer to the surface. So as you can see, I also have aphids. It's not really focusing, but yeah, I've got aphids, so I need to treat for that as well. Yeah, and then this is my habanero plant that I definitely need to put to sleep at this point. I need to trim it so that it can overwinter. I'm not bringing anything inside. I'm not doing that this year. Nope. But I do have a couple peppers still on here. This one's starting to turn. It didn't get as big, but it's starting to turn. Over here, I've got some beets, lots of beets, and then more turnips. And then this back here is my fish pepper plant. Oh, by the way, in case I haven't shown it to you guys yet, this one grew a sucker off the side, and as you can see, I still have new growth coming out of the sides, but it grew a sucker, and so I pruned it off and stuck it in my arrow garden, and it has rooted. So even if this doesn't overwinter, you know, as nicely as I would like, I do have a backup plant. I'm considering doing the same with one of these here on my fish pepper plant. So we'll see what happens with that. But this is my fish pepper that I was gifted seeds from Miss Linda at the New Orleans Gardener. And as you can see, it like finally was trying to put on flowers, but it was too late. It was already getting cold. So I've only seen a couple open, but don't you just love the foliage? It's so pretty. So anyway, that is everything. I do have a couple of peas growing back here, and then this is my blackberry plant. But yeah, this is, oh, I didn't even show you the tower. I forget about it. So I do have strawberries happening, as you can see, all the way around. I do need to do some pruning because like I've got some yellowing leaves. I still have another green onion in here, and then I've got some spinach that I finally sowed, so we'll see if anything happens with that. You look like a rogue beet. I'm not sure what that is that's germinated there. And then, like I was showing you guys earlier, I'm pretty sure these are lettuce seeds. So yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to date on that. And then these are still those like weird wonky mustard greens that I never tasted or harvested yet. So and I think I've got one more endive here, but the rest of it I believe is just strawberries. So yeah, that is my garden. That's what's going on outside. Like I said, I have been pretty neglectful on coming out here. I've just been really busy and have a lot going on, so I haven't come out here and dedicated the amount of time that I really should. And also, it's just been so weird with the weather. The weather has just been like, well, number one, it's getting cold. Nobody wants to be outside in the cold. But then also, it's just been raining so much. So, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. It's just so weird because this one looks worse, in my opinion, than the other one. But also, this is in a smaller pot. So part of me also wonders if it's a root bound issue, but right now is not the time to be repotting because things are going dormant, things are slowing down, so you know, they're not going to grow as rapidly, so we don't really need to repot it right now. But okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me in my garden. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content. If you don't know me, if you're new here, typically the content that I love to provide for all of my friends here are how to grow in a small space. As you can see, I'm growing on my balcony and I have a lot of food, a whole lot of food. So I'm really excited to share my journey with you guys. I also grow indoors inside my aero gardens, which are hydroponic systems. And all that means is you get to grow without soil. So I'm super excited about that. And we'll be sharing more of that with you guys coming soon. All right. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.